that's it. We're here at Proaudio. I'm so excited. We're going to listen to the Turbosound Manchester series. So they've got quite a line array up here for us. They've got 8 tops aside, and there's another 8 tops and 8 subs. I'll give you the details later, but man, I'm looking so forward to this. I haven't listened to Turbosound for a while, so it's going to be great just to see what it does again. Turbosound's been around for a long time, and then in our country started getting a little bit quiet, and Turbosound didn't know where they were going in our area, but then Proaudio took them over again and really pushing the brand again. Looking forward to that. I think if I look right, in case you ask, I think what we're running there, Regan, lab grip and amp. So there's the amplifier, so it's running the whole system. So this seems to be a passive system, obviously, because the amps are external. But hey, let's go look around and see what other demos are also doing, and let's hope we can speak to some guys. And I just got back into the screen because they've done the one thing right. Regan, there's coffee. First things are first, boot. Let's go. Nice to meet you, Rich.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming through.
I was told by Justin, you guys got some new, also like mic products.
Swift
Quickly
Audio.
show me 1 or 2 things there.
Yeah, let's have a look. So we'll start off with the M3 Pro, and then I'll get out some of the wireless transmitters as well. So look, when people obviously hear a new brand here in South Africa, think, oh, these guys are brand new. But Swift Audio has actually been around for about 15 years right now. You'll find them in parts of Asia and parts of Europe, and you'll start to see them blowing up around SA shortly.
Nice.
So with regards to most of their systems, they're going to operate on 2.4 hertz, more of the affordable ranges.
Yes.
As you move up in the more premium ranges, those are going to operate off 5.8 hertz.
5.8.
Yes. We also have a little isolated power bank as well. So this is just for your guitarists that need to power their pedals. It is isolated, so it's not going to be noisy at least.
That helps, especially you don't know what their systems are plugged into.
There we go, there we go, there we go. Besides,
it also like to buzz on some PAs. Yeah.
And we also got a few wireless microphone systems over here, so you can just turn a normal handheld dynamic microphone into a wireless microphone.
there's 2 units.
Yeah, so then it would basically split it. So if you want to basically have extra mics running into one channel, you can then do that. Yeah.
Nice.
And then the M3 Pro is a little wireless microphone system over here. So basically you'd have 2 transmitters, you'd have 1 receiver, like we're using right now. Nice. There we go. The cool thing about this also is that you can run it straight into your guitar or anything that has a 1/4 inch jack in. So if you want to get that good audio, so you have an influencer, he's shredding over a cliff, he wants a nice audio, he'll just run this straight into his guitar. Yeah. That works nice and simple.
So multi-use.
Multi-use, yeah. And then also we have the wireless in-ear systems over here. The WX510 and WX520. So this is the single units. You can switch between mono and stereo, do your panning. You'll just run in through their desk over there, and then this is the dual version.
Unit on it. Nice. Okay. Look at that.
There's the dual version.
So nice thing is, like you say, often people don't know about brands. In South Africa, people are very stuck with what they know. Yes. I mean, Audio-Technica has been around forever, and then often, because I use audio drum kits and I have 2 audios to my student, people are like, what is Audio-Technica? Is it like a new thing? I'm like, dude, they've been around forever. Thanks, man, I appreciate that.
Thank you guys.
Let's go and check all the other stuff out. And Turbosound shirts, hopefully I get one day. Okay, so apparently they have the Aeroband 2, or Aeroband. I'm going to try it because you've got to heat the right places. See, they've got a layout. My dad actually showed me this, and he's like, okay, got it. That's your height. How much? Okay, yeah, getting it. Yeah, okay. I hate digital stuff, but you get the feel. And as well, I can't double pedal because it's a bit short, so I can't use both my feet. But it's quite a cool idea. I suppose you play with it a bit, you get used to it. It's a good way to also, suppose, practice. And we were actually saying that we were looking at the Master Series drum kits and that, and Regan was saying, imagine carry all that around. And I'm like, no, here's my new drum kit, man. Can you carry this at least? And the pedal and here's a little receiver. So, but it is a bit getting used to. I better get the feel. But hey, it's there. But for everybody, I still enjoy my full drum kit. I don't even like electric drum kits to start with. But cool gimmick. What you say? Yeah? Cool. So we've got Mackenzie here, and I grabbed him quickly. He doesn't really want to talk. I said, man, come explain to us just a bit. What are we looking at here?
All right, so basically we're going to start right here. So this is the 102. It's a Turbosound NUQ 102. And then we're going to be running it with a 15-inch. And then we're going to move on to the next system.
Actually, 15-inch in there.
This is a 15-inch.
It's quite compact. I thought it's a 12. It looks so compact. That's nice.
And then we're going to move on to the NUQ 152. And then we're going to be running it with the 18-inch. And then now we're moving on to the Manchester system. Very, very beautiful system. So this one's called the 210s.
210s, okay.
210s. And then we're going to be running it with MS 121. So this is the subwoofers. These are the 21 inches
21.
that we're going to
single
be
21s.
Single 21s.
221s.
Yeah.
Sure, it's probably go quite low.
It's very nice. I mean, outside we're using the dual 18s.
That's a dual 18s, okay.
Yes,
it's good you're asking me now because we said we need some specs.
Okay.
So looking at two 18s?
Yeah.
And then the tops?
The tops, it's a 12-inch.
12.
So it's MV212.
212, okay. Yeah. Two 12s, single 12, do you know?
Yeah, so it's two singles 12, I think. Yeah. So over here, this would be the 210. So this is a 10-inch inside. And then the one that we rigged outside, it's a 12-inch.
The 12s?
Yes.
Perfect. And then the horns hiding here in the middle.
Yes, yes. And then outside we have a system that is called MV212 XV.
Okay.
So it's sort of like a different system. So we have the MV and the XVs.
I noticed there's 4 and 4.
Yes. So that's like it goes a long way. So
yes. And I see you running that all from a lap grip and amp rack.
Yes, we're using the amplifiers.
Perfect.
So what
is this also passive or active?
This is actually passive.
Passive, yes.
Yeah. So
perfect.
Right now, I'm going to be bringing in the subs, the amplifiers, to run this system.
Okay.
But this is an active system.
That's active.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only the Lanorays is a passive system. Yeah.
Nice. Oh no, thanks, man. I'm
All
looking
right.
forward to listening to it now. So I'll leave you to go. I grabbed him quickly. I said, please come. So thanks for chatting to us quickly.
You're welcome.
And then we'll listen as the demo runs.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Okay. Nice one.
So we're outside now, getting to listen to the outdoor line array. Quite a big PA system here, Turbosound. We put the specs later on, you know what it is. It's going to have some fun listening to some real music.
Like a drunk in a midnight choir, I have tried in my way to be free. With that deep mystical soul synergy pumping steady between me and you, loving all the beautiful work we've done, carry me up.
Well, that's it. Wow, that sound system sounded great. So what can I say about it? You see, sadly, the only problem is we can try to record the audio. But you know what the mic takes in, and that is not what you hear outside. People often ask me, record the sound. Guys, you're going to listen to it on your 1-watt speaker, 2-watt, or on your hi-fi 100 watts, or maybe your car system and so on. But you can't experience it unless you're there. And I must say what I really liked about the subs is when it had the low bass, it was a woo, but it wasn't a woo. It was a good, just solid woo. And then a doof like doom, 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 no boom, boom, boom. So nice tight bass. I like what they did with the EQ system because the tops were crisp. The last 1 or 2 songs were quite loud, but that was to see where it can go. But the mids were still there as well. It wasn't like just over deafening tops. We got good mids in that as well, so it's a good mix. I was really impressed with the PA. I haven't heard a Turbosound for a long time, and yeah, I really liked it. What do you think, Regan?
I liked it. I think it was really nice.
Yeah, and a good selection of music. Started a bit software stuff, pushed a bit of guitars there, then quite a bit of more to the techno side, or dub steps, I suppose you can go. So I got a good mix, about 11 minutes of music going there. As I said again, I was waiting when I went louder to start hearing the distortion or where the limit is. I couldn't really pick it up, so I think the PA can probably push a bit higher than they're doing. So I'm quite impressed that the headroom is there. And like I said again, quite impressed with those kicks, because bass can really destroy it. Everybody just wants big bass. And what does it mean? It was solid, yet I got good bass notes, or that, what do you call, electronic frequencies that were playing. Very happy about that. Well, that's it. So that was the whole night. Thank you to Proaudio for inviting us to check all the stuff. Good sound going there. Just the guys are great here. Thank you. They gave us free coffee. Free coffee. It's always great. Okay, we think we found a better outro. We're messing around places we shouldn't be. And Regan found these. We found an Imbira and a shaker. So we should try and make music. Let's see if we can do this. Are we just going to fade out, or are we just playing it off?
No, that's perfect.
Okay. Till next time, please like, subscribe. You know, we try and build a channel. Thanks for watching. Share. And let's, before we get in trouble, let's get out of here.
Yeah.